The trouble with alcohol and drugs is people just like these. Statistically, the chances of them being alcoholics, lager louts, wife-beaters or junkies are slim. Yet there is a very distinct probability that they belong to a group who can cause enormous damage to society, friends, colleagues, and to themselves. This program is about the effects of drugs and alcohol and work. It's also about you.
What is the first insect to have been named in the Bible? Give up? Give up?
Yeah, give up, yeah. Give
right.
up.
It was when the angel appeared to Saint Joseph and he said, take the child and his mother and flee to Egypt.
Ken is a BR driver. He's 52 and married with 2 grown-up children. He smokes and admits to drinking in moderation. He's a well-liked and respected man who's recently received a long service award.
All night, wondering if there was a dog. Wondering if there was a dog. Oh. Wondering if there was a dog. Have another drink. Would you like some more?
Yes, please.
Okay. What was the play? What was? Morning, Al.
Morning.
You're leaving today, aren't you?
Yes, well, tomorrow actually. Last day tomorrow. 48 years.
48 years. I'll be following you next year myself, mate.
Best of luck to you.
Aye.
Yeah, it's require a replacement engine.
Morning, Harry.
Morning, Ken. We require it for the 6Z at 25. Have you got...
Coming in about a serious rail accident involving a passenger train and a stationary goods train. At the scene are British Rail investigation teams together with emergency services.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Price.
Yes?
I'm from British Rail, John Stafford. I'm the area manager. It's about your husband, Mrs. Price.
What's the matter?
I'm afraid there's been an accident.
What's happened? Is he hurt? Is he badly hurt?
What's gone wrong? All them years I've put in there. All them years. Wasted. Over a couple of extra drinks. You could have stopped it. You could have stopped it.
Stop it!
Well, you could have stopped it. But you never. I could lose my job. Do you realise that? Do you realise I could be finished? And them fellas from the press outside, I won't be able to put me foot in the local pub. God, what's gone wrong? All them years I put in there. All them years. Wasted.
A subsequent Department of Transport inquiry concluded that the cause of the accident was the failure of the driver to stop at a red danger signal. The inquiry report revealed that the medical examination of the driver shortly after the incident found alcohol levels in the blood which could have impaired his driving ability. Ken Price now faces dismissal from British Rail and the possibility of criminal proceedings. Stephen is 27 years old and works for BR as a lookout. He thinks he's in excellent health, in fact, better than when he was a teenager. He's married, loves parties, and has lots of friends. He drinks the occasional lager and is a regular weekend cannabis smoker.
Since I first thing, you know. I'm sorry, wake up! Wake up! Just keep awake. Yeah, okay. Christ's sake!
Can you tell me what happened? Come on, I've got to know what's happened.
Stephen. Stephen. What happened? What happened? You see the signals? You see them? What happened, Steve? What happened? He's dead. He's dead, Stephen. She was wrong. He's dead.
What was Stephen doing at the party? Celebrating? Exulting in success? Coping with failure? Was he worried, anxious, or depressed? No, he was simply relaxing, enjoying himself with a few friends. There's no harm in that, is there? After all, 95% of the adult population enjoys a drink, and cannabis, well, it's a socially accepted drug now, isn't it? Stephen lost his job, and with it his status and the respect of others. His mate lost his life. He was 34 years old and married with 3 children.
It's got to be here somewhere. Look, when do you want this stuff for, anyway?
David is 49 and says he's in good health. His last 2 trips to the doctor have been for a throat infection and backache. He smokes roughly 20 cigarettes a day and says his health would be excellent if he could stop. He also enjoys a drink.
Does not exist. Look, I can't. Look, you'll just have to leave this one with me. Look, I know we're all right with it. It's just that I just can't put it to hand at the moment. And I've got a meeting this afternoon. When I finish that, I'll come straight back to it and I'll sort it out for you, okay? Right, okay. 4 o'clock? Fine. This place is in a bleeding tip! Christ! Absolutely nothing. Nothing can I put my hands on. The phone rings, somebody wants something, what's up? It was there last night, now, wasn't it? Didn't I put it down? You remember, don't you? Wasn't it there last night? Oh, God, you've had as much use as a... Look, you answer that, will you? It's just, I'm just going out for a bit. If anybody calls, just stall for me, will you? And I want this stuff sorting out for this afternoon, okay? Right, you're on. He doesn't give a damn. There's never enough time to get a report properly consolidated. He's very long on complaints and bloody short on solutions. Anyway, time for one more. You ready for one, Jane? Yeah. Mike, what's another one? Well, I'm having one. Nurse! And plenty of ice. Thank you.
I'd slow down a bit if I were you, David.
Well, you're not me, are you? Cheers. Look, I've earned this. And I've got 1 or 2 little things I'm going to say at this meeting this afternoon.
Don't be stupid, David. This afternoon's session is really important. There's no point in you picking an argument.
David, Jane's right. You've had enough. Just calm down a bit.
I'm all right, for God's sake. I can handle a drink or 2. Anyway, who's counting?
We all have to achieve the same targets. We're all under the same pressure.
Are we really? Are we really? I wonder.
Well, I think we can get things going now. The campaign's about halfway through its allotted time, as far as I can see. And I'm here to do an interim report prior to next week's presentation. Some of your attention, please. Thank you.
This is ridiculous. Where are the figures?
Well, just give me one at a time, please. The mail shot. It was. We've had very little in from the mail shot. It's not been very successful.
Not meaning to be awkward, David, but everything in this report is exactly the same as the one we've already had.
The press campaign and the post campaign were two separate things. Well, the press one seems to be coming in quite well, doesn't it, Julie? We've had stuff from the local papers, a bit from the nationals, quite a bit from the nationals.
What about the monthlies?
Yes, the trade papers of treaty. The monthlies, well, I mean, you know, the monthlies are just not out yet, are they? I mean, we won't get anything from the monthlies till later on in the month.
But we need the information by next week.
This is an interim meeting. I have some interim report to make. I cannot give you final figures.
This has been singularly unproductive so far. I think we'll have to move on to the next heading. I've got down here the areas not yet covered by the campaign. Do you all agree we move on to that?
Yes,
I don't think so, no. You're not doing your job right, David. Basically.
Well, I don't know how you can say that. I mean, I've been in charge of this thing now for, whatever it is, 3.5 months, and quite honestly, it's going quite well.
You say you're going to get the figures for us tomorrow.
Well, these are the figures that I said, yes, well, I mean, that's what I said, yeah.
So we're having to reconvene this meeting tomorrow. Is that right? Is that agreed?
We may have to reconvene the meeting tomorrow, but the figures should have been here today. And that is the problem.
Well, I'm
today, Mr. Chairman, the figures should have been here today.
I'm not very encouraged to call a meeting tomorrow until we've actually got the figures, or to call a meeting any time. I don't want to have to go through this again.
It's an absolute waste of time.
Well, that's as far as we're going to get today. We'll get back here 2 o'clock the day after tomorrow, as we've agreed. Thank you. David, if you would hang on a moment, please.
See you back in the office, Julie.
Would you like to come and sit down? Up here.
I'm all right where I am, thank you.
Well, you ruined the meeting. I think you were unnecessarily aggressive. You failed to provide the information. In fact, you failed to provide any information. You've wasted my time and the time of the team, and I think you've made me look stupid.
I hardly think this is any of my responsibility.
I think it's totally your responsibility, David. We have spoken in the past. Now, we've worked together for a long time. I appreciate the work you've done. I appreciate the situation you're in now, and I appreciate the problems you have. But I must tell you that this is a formal warning. If the situation happens once more, your position will become untenable.
Just what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that if this occurs again, you will no longer be with us. You will get a formal warning.
Well, thanks a lot, chaps. Thank you for your support. I shall wear it always. I've just had a very pleasant 10 minutes with His Highness. He said I couldn't handle the meeting. He said I'd screwed up on the research findings. He also said, what was it? Oh, yes, my position was untenable, the pompous bastard. He also said that he thought I'd been drinking. And I think somebody's been talking. Well?
You better watch out, David, because from where I was sitting, he was right. And you were messing up all the figures. No, it was worse than that. You just couldn't handle the meeting. I mean, the success of this new campaign depends on everybody in the team pulling their weight. You've got to get yourself together. I mean, to be frank, I'm really worried about next week's presentation.
What presentation? From what I could see, you got it very lightly. No facts, no figures, no plans, no information. You couldn't even answer a simple question.
David, can't you tell us what's wrong? I mean, if you don't tell us, how can we help?
Get it together, because I won't take the blame for your mistakes. You got that? Do you understand?
Every time you take a drink, you say yes to a drug that can alter your attitude and even distort your personality. It can put you, your colleagues, and eventually even your family at risk. David's health and his career were at high risk. Others could see it. His biggest problem was that he didn't realize it until it was too late. Paul is 28. He's worked for BR as a chargeman for 10 years, and it's recently been suggested that he be considered for promotion to a supervisory position.
All the time?
Yes.
Right.
Well, himself. They're reacting equally at the moment.
Big piece 133, 83, 47,
Good.
It's mostly a blur. Just sort of recall being taken down a corridor with lots of lights and things. seen him mid, Eddie. I think so, anyway. I remember being in the flat. Just like some sort of escape. I thought I could handle it. Only took a wee bit. Thought I could handle it.
Exactly. He's here.
Yes,
now,
he's on his way now.
Okay then.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, sweetheart. I'll see you soon. Hello.
Oh, right. I've spoken to Paul earlier on about the operation we did last Monday. If you remember, we were trying to repair the artery with a graft.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not gone as well as we'd hoped it would. We had another x-ray this morning, and the blood flow is not very good at all. I think what it means is we're going to have to go this time to amputation.
Oh, God.
Now, we're going to do our best to amputate below his knee,
Yeah.
because that will give him a better result,
Yeah.
a better leg to walk on.
Doctors think it will be all of 12 months before Paul will be able to walk again. Even with his new artificial limb, he'll be seriously disabled for the rest of his life. Over 95% of the adult population in the UK drinks, so that includes nearly all of you watching this now. We can all recall the times we drowned our sorrows, celebrated, broke up, made up, coped with failure, or simply had a great time and perhaps one too many. Okay, so you might not be a driver, a manager, a lookout, or a shunter. You might think that in the right setting, we can all harmlessly indulge our socially acceptable habit. This program isn't questioning that at all. But the fact is that directly or indirectly, you could be at risk from your own actions or the actions of others, quite apart from the damage you may be inflicting on your own health.